Oh, the beauty of fall. The beauty of October. The beauty of November. It's arguably my favorite time of the year, right up next to summertime. You just see and the leaves turning, the earth changing. Temperatures begin to cool down. The cool wind, cool breeze starts to pick up. You feel that crispness in the air. The air is crisp. You begin to smell those fireplaces. People beginning to do fires in their homes. Firewood burning. Just the smell. People cooking outside, barbecuing outside, smoking meat outside. Oh, the enormous deer that you'd see on the road. Hunting season, fishing. The beer, pumpkin ale, the Oktoberfest. Pumpkins, Halloween, Samhain. You just couldn't beat it. You just can't beat it. It's actually one of my favorite times of year to drive around, both solo and with a couple buddies, just to see the scenery, especially at night. I mean, we were a little adventurous and odd crew. We used to like to drive around, see if we can see any cryptids, or go to haunted locations, see if we can see any ghosts or phantoms, or get spooked. All of us were kind of thrill seekers. Me, Larry, and Jay, we were real Hellraisers back. Hellraisers. That crew was just But one evening, one fall evening, we encountered something that was a little odd, a little strange, a little unusual, out of the ordinary, so to speak. There had to be going on and on and on about a haunted highway, Highway 72. It's a 2-lane highway that went through some farmland, rural land, and some woods as well. Highway 72 was known to, well, to be honest, it was downright infamous for being haunted. A lot of strange, but not necessarily just haunted. Not necessarily just haunted. It was known to be a hotspot for strange sightings and activities. Bigfoot sightings, Dogman sightings, ghosts on the side of the road. A couple people even reported UFOs in the area. Another guy swore up and down that he saw the Mothman as well, but you know how people claim to see all kinds of strange things and experience all kinds of strange things, but sometimes at night you just sit there and you think to yourself, you wonder how much of it is How much of it do you think can really truly be legitimate? Are there things really out there that we can't explain, that we can't comprehend or understand? It's part of what really makes the world such a interesting place, such a wondrous place, such a mysterious and strange place. That's part of the reason why we as people, we as humans, always off exploring or trying to do something new. We just always have that thirst for knowledge, thirst for understanding. But it was a nice Saturday night in October. Me, Larry, and Jay were at a pub, and we overheard a couple guys speaking to each other about Highway 72. We'd heard the rumors, and we'd driven the highway several times, but together we're looking for strange things, but we never experienced anything out of the ordinary. We overheard these middle-aged men talking to each other about a recent encounter they had. Yes, you saw that old man, eh, Steve-O? Yeah, Bob. It's a strange thing I've been seeing. I was walking along the side of the road. I slowed down and looked out my window and asked if he needed any help, but as soon as he turned toward me, we made eye contact. He disappeared. That's strange. What do you look like? Probably 50s, 60s. Walking by himself along the road a little after midnight. Had long salt and pepper hair. Very strong features, pointed nose, strong cheekbones, strong jawline. But his eyes were just odd. And his clothes were kind of odd too. It's almost like they were from another time period. What do you mean? Well, Steve-O, he looked like he was wearing something that was colonial, or dare I say even pre-colonial. Some really odd clothing, old clothing. Maybe he was a reenactor. Maybe he worked at one of the old farms on the road as a reenactor. It was the historical site. Going down a road after midnight, in the dead of night. Well, you never know. I butted in. Excuse me, gentlemen, but what part of Highway 72 was this? The one that stared at me. Sure, you want to know that? He asked. Yeah, I'm curious. Me and my buddies are always searching for mysterious, unexplained things. I really can't explain why. It's a weird little quirk all three of us have. It's a weird tendency we have. We just like to delve into all sorts of mysterious things. Cryptids, ghosts, the paranormal, UFOs, conspiracies, all kinds of stuff. Steve-O and Bob both turned white. Why, what's the matter? What is it? Boys, I wouldn't be going over there if I were you. What I experienced was not natural. He just disappeared right before you? Right in front of you? Without a trace? I asked. They both nodded silently. looked at Larry and Jay. Well, what do you say, boys? Jay shrugged. Yeah, sure. Let's give it a look. Jay, what do you think? He smiled deviously. Yeah, let's do it. We paid our tab, finished our drinks, and wished the elder gentleman a good evening. I got into my car and we began driving. First on Oak Road, and then we made it to Highway 72. The outskirts of town, and then began to pass into rural land, to farms. What do you think that was that you saw? Asked Larry. Don't know. Could be an apparition, or a... For all I know, the guy might have been hallucinating or something. I don't know. I hope we see something crazy. I can't wait, Jay said gleefully, with an almost childlike enthusiasm and excitement. We passed more farmland. Then we began to go into the woods. Up ahead I saw something. Strange. Almost like a... Oh my goodness. It was a man. He was dressed in this grayish blanket. I pulled over. It was so spooky. He was slowly walking along the side of the highway, his back turned to us. His long, shoulder-length salt and pepper hair, appearing almost like a mane, going towards his broad shoulders. He's wearing a gray and black overcoat, with black trousers and black boots. By lights shined against the figure of the man. Silhouette crept up. James, what the fuck are you doing? Said Larry sharply. I don't know who the fuck that is. You could be armed. What the fuck are you doing? I rolled down the window. Excuse me, sir, I said as we pulled up next to the man. Are you okay? Are you lost? Do you need help? What's going on? The man stopped. He turned and looked down at us. He stared at us, and then surprisingly cracked a playful grin. "Hi, lads. How are ye this evening?" he muttered. The man was interesting. He had this long, salt and pepper hair. Sun-beaten, tanned, dry skin. The man was still in good shape for his good physical health for his age, surprisingly. But his skin was just rough, rugged, with a very slight trace of gray stubble on his face, as though he had only shaved a day or two before. The man had a strong jawline, strong cheekbones, and a pointed nose. almost hawk-like even. Very strong, pronounced features. Strong eye ridge as well. And these crazy green eyes. Very strong, really powerful, and with a slight hint of wit, devious wit and humor and charm. He smiled. Would you lads like to accompany on my evening walk? Oh no, sir. Then we're good, said Larry. Jay rolled down his back window. How are you this evening, sir? He shouted. Hi. I'm good, lad. Very good. Name's Jack. How are you boys this evening? I'm great. Jack, how are you? Jack, we were just having a drive down the road. Where are you from originally? Jack, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from originally? You Irish? Scottish? Me Irish, he answered. I miss the old country. Whiskey, women, and a hell of a good time. He smiled. We all laughed. Yeah, I bet. But, I have to ask, Jack, what's with your attire this evening? Are you an actor at a historical site? Do you just... Oh, no, the fall season has me a little, overly festive, if you will. He smiled. And besides, laddie, it makes the lasses, shall we say, heated. We all laughed. Yeah, but the ladies love you, Jack. Aye, they do that. That they do. He smiled. He turned to us fully, and then we noticed something. He had a small pumpkin in his right hand, a lit jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Jack. Did you carve that yourself? I asked. Aye, laddie. Carved it myself. Just this afternoon, too. Aye, lad. How I love this time of year. The leaves fall. The wind rushes. The deer are out and they're just going nuts. It's quite the spectacle, if I say so myself. Hearing the bucks roar and just charge at each other, chasing after the does. The moon. So beautiful. I love the harvest moon, lads, when it comes out on a clear night and just illuminates everything. It's just perfect. Divine perfection, lads. There's nothing else quite like it. You're quite the romantic, aren't you? Asked Jay. Aye, laddie. Aye. But alas, such is life. One always tries to find the romantic within the mundane of the human existence, but sometimes the mundane gets you anyway, he lamented. What do you mean? He looked at me and smiled sheepishly. A story for another time, lad. Hey, where are you boys going? Oh, no, we were just gonna have a drive down the road, and you boys out for mischief, are ye? What? Oh, no, 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 sir, no. We were just around, like driving around. To be honest, for probably the same reason you like walking around at night around this time, during this time of year. I have to ask Jack, what's with the pumpkin? Oh, lad, don't worry about that. I'm just festive, you know? Festive, eh? Oh, yes, lad. Fall's my favorite time of year. I love Halloween, Samhain. And everything that comes with it, lad. It's just the time of year it just gets under your skin, gets in your bones. Just takes you to another world, lads. Alright, Jack. So where are you headed? Oh, you know, nowhere in particular, lad. I was just fixing to go back to my farm and relax there. But hey, would you lads be interested in a pint? Know of any good pubs around? Yeah, sure, Jack. We were just out the Dark Door. But that's more of a modern bar. Do you want more of an old-style Irish type pub? Aye, lads, you know one? Sure do. The Red Barrel. Alright, let's go. Mary looked at me, pale. James, what the fuck? Aye, lad, don't worry, Jack said to Larry. Everything's alright. I'm not harmed, lads. I'm harmless. I'm a harmless old Irishman, that's what I am. Alright, Jack, get in the back of the car. Aye, lad. He went around the front of the car. He opened the back driver door and hopped in. His small jack-o'-lantern, piercing into the night. Orange-red glow of its light. I have to admit it, for a second it kind of looked a little spooky. It didn't look like a regular jack-o'-lantern. It was kind of, the light was kind of redder. What the fuck? I'm seeing things. I situated the car and we made our way over to the Red Barrel. There, all four of us sat there at the bar. Jack had a shot of Jameson. The rest of us had some Guinness. Hey, pubkeeper. Can I please have a Guinness? Shouted Jack. Alright, sir. One Guinness coming up. The dark brew made it to Jack's hand as he lifted it to his lips and drank. Aye, sweet nectar of the gods, he said, closing his eyes. Almost in a divine state of ecstasy. Boy, you sure do like your Guinness, I interjected. Aye, lads. That I do. That I do. And, you're James, correct? Yes, that's right. He looked at me for a second. What is it, Jack? I have to say it, lad, you're an interesting little character. What makes you say that? There's just something different about you, lad. You just... don't know. Yeah, excuse me, sir, what's with the, jack-o'-lantern? The bartender asked. Oh, sir, it's nothing, really. It's, just a decoration for the season. I just love Halloween, I love Samhain, I love October, autumn, the whole thing. I'm just really festive. Oh, I see. Well, enjoy yourself, he said with a chuckle. Hi, lad. Thank you. He turned back to me. Then something came upon me. I just realized that Jack had the same exact facial features of the apparition that Steve and Bob were talking about back at the bar, the Black Door. And then I remember the myth. I looked at the jack-o'-lantern and the weird red glow, orange red glow, stared at me. I looked back up at Jack. What part of Ireland are you from? I asked. He tilted his head. That's not what you really want to ask me, is it, lad? At that moment, right before that moment, I just remembered the legend. The legend of Stingy Jack, Jack of the Lantern. He was an old Irishman, known to be a trickster, a scoundrel, and a scammer, deceiver. It was said that one night after getting swashed at the pub, he met the devil on the road. Jack was so depraved and immoral that the devil himself actually came to Earth to collect his soul. But Jack deceived him, tricked the devil. Not once, but twice. And after he died, as he prepared to enter heaven, he got rejected by God because he was so wicked, so evil, so deceitful, so rambunctious, depraved. He already made a deal with the devil that he would never go to hell, so his soul was damned to the earth realm for all eternity. He would have to walk the earth for all eternity. It was said that he used a car to turn up and put a light in it to light his way along the dark roads at night. But now in this case, it's a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern. He grinned at me deviously. Aye, now you coming around, are you, lad? He smiled and laughed, revealing a set of devious white teeth. Evil smile. Aye, lad, aye, it is me, he said, patting my hand. But you need to understand, lad. I'm not someone to be afraid of. I started to back away a little bit in my chair. Hey, lad. Nothing to worry about. Better part of 4 centuries. I grow lonely, lad. Very lonely. I sat there, speechless and motionless. Jay touched me. James, are you alright? Larry came up to me. James, you look like you've seen a ghost. What's wrong? I didn't speak anything. I didn't move. I looked at Jack and said, "No, it can't be you." Laddie, unfortunately, yes, it is me. What are you talking about? You can't be real. You can't be Jack of the Lantern, Stingy Jack. That can't be you. Bartender, tap, shouted Jack. Bartender slipped the receipt to Jack and he pulled out some cash and placed it upon the bar. Keep the change, lad. Oh, thank you, sir. You gentlemen have a nice evening. Thank ye. We all went outside. I shook my head. You can't be who I think you are. Aye, lad, I am who you think I am. James, what is he talking about? Asked Larry. Jay nodded and said, Yeah, I'd like to know too. What's going on? Jack snapped his fingers, and a fire emerged from around him in a protective ring. He tilted his head inside. Lads, I'm not an ordinary man. I'm, for lack of a better phrase, immortal. He looked up. His green eyes piercing through me. What are you talking about? The fuck are you? Screamed Larry. Jack of the Lantern, lads. That's who I be. I'm damned. Cursed and condemned to remain here on the earth for all eternity. In my mortal life, I was too deranged, too deceitful, too disgusting, too much of a scoundrel to enter heaven. And I managed to trick the devil twice. And I was able to make him guarantee that my soul would never enter hell, so here I am, doomed to walk the earth for all time. Then he shifted his head, and tilted, and smiled at us deviously. But nonetheless, I believe you boys would make a nice meal for me, no? He smiled wickedly. Slowly we began to back away. The fire faded out. Jack began to move toward us. Jack, stay back, I shouted. Oh, are there any rules here, lad? Oh no. He licked his lips. All three of us ran for the car. We got in. Jack began to move towards us slowly, calculating. We started the car, pulled out, and drove away. I looked out the back rearview mirror and I could see Jack running up. I was going 50 miles an hour down the road and he was coming up behind us. The fire from the pumpkin burned. His shape was transfiguring. He was turning into something else. He was turning into like a fire demon or something. I couldn't. He was gone. He disappeared. We were going 60 miles an hour down the road now, but he was nowhere in sight. I sped up. Jesus, James, go, 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 go. James, step on it, shouted Larry and Jay. Sped up. Then I saw Jack in the middle of the road, a couple 100 yards ahead. 100 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards, 40, 30. He smiled wickedly, raised the pumpkin and threw it toward my windshield. I braked. It was as the rush of fire was. The pumpkin shattered the windshield and fire doused the inside of my car. I braked. I stopped. After a few seconds, it was quiet. I looked around. Jay, me, and Larry were still in the car. Nothing was burned. I looked back at my windshield and it was still intact. I looked around. Jack was nowhere in sight. I began to hear this laughing from outside. He was laughing in the woods. Oh, lads, I'm just pulling your legs. I have no interest in eating you. You boys are too good. Just pulling your leg, lads. Have a nice evening. Be safe. Happy Samhain. Happy Halloween. Be blessed. Now go. Oliver sighed, exhaled, and had a sigh of relief. Well, the trickster comes through again, doesn't he? Well, it's spooky season, James. Guess we're all entitled to one good scare now, aren't we? Answered Larry.